Let's start with our big focus this hour. It's of course the Maharashtra elections. The Maha Vikas Aghadi has launched, in fact released, its much anticipated manifesto today. The manifesto, which is titled Maharashtra Nama, was introduced with a focus on socio-economic reforms and also long-term development. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, who was present at the launch, outlined the 5 core pillars of the Maha Vikas Aghadi's vision for Maharashtra: farming and rural development, industry and employment, urban development, environment and public welfare are the 5 pillars of Congress, in fact MVA's development for Maharashtra. And among the most prominent pledges in the MVA manifesto is the introduction of the Mahalakshmi scheme, which directly counters the BJP's flagship Ladki Bahin Yojna scheme. Under the Mahalakshmi scheme, women in Maharashtra will receive a monthly financial aid of 3,000 rupees. BJP too has now rolled out their manifesto, which is known as the Sankalp Patra. Among their pledges are measures aimed at making Maharashtra drought-free, also creating 25 lakh jobs over the next 5 years and also expanding healthcare access across the state. Additionally, the BJP also promises a farm loan waiver, AI training labs and also a comprehensive skill census to better the understanding of the state's employment needs. With the election fast approaching, both the MVA and the BJP are sparing absolutely no effort in presenting their vision for Maharashtra. In fact, the MVA's manifesto highlights its commitment to welfare policies, positioning itself as the champion of the marginalized, while on the other hand, the BJP seeks to secure votes with its promise of economic growth.
अगर महाराष्ट्र में अब की गवर्नमेंट को अगर हम हटाएंगे और महाराष्ट्र विकास आघाड़ी के सरकार को लाएंगे, तभी यहां पर एक स्टेबल, अच्छी गवर्नमेंट, अच्छा गवर्नेंस हम दे पाएंगे। हमारा विजन 5 मुख्य पिलर्स हैं। एक, खेती-बाड़ी और ग्रामीण विकास, उद्योग और रोजगार, शहरी विकास, पर्यावरण तथा जनकल्याण पर आधारित है।
एक जमाने में जब जरूरत थी तब भक्ति आंदोलन की शुरुआत भी महाराष्ट्र से हुई। जब जरूरत पड़ी तब गुलामी से मुक्ति का आंदोलन भी शिवाजी महाराज ने यही भूमि से किया और जब जरूरत पड़ी तब सामाजिक क्रांति की शुरुआत भी यही महाराष्ट्र ने की। और ये महाराष्ट्र की पूरी जनता के आकांक्षाओं का प्रतिबिंब आज हमारे इस संकल्प पत्र के अंदर दिखाई पड़ता है।
So clearly lots of promises, lots of assurances and lots of guarantees there from both sides ahead of the Maharashtra Assembly elections. Joining us right now, Asif Bamla, spokesperson BJP, Mathew Antony, spokesperson Congress. And gentlemen, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast here. Very big day. A lot of promises being made by both sides. A lot for the voters to choose from as well. Asif ji, I'll start with you first. Your views on the Congress manifesto. Lots of promises there. Of course, the BJP has been attacking the Congress for doling out freebies without actually taking care of the financial structure of states. How do you look at the Congress's manifesto? Your first thoughts?
Well, more than speaking about the Congress manifesto and highlighting them, I would rather insist on putting across the views exhibited by the BJP in its manifesto by none other than the Home Minister Amit Shah ji. And we emphasized on, of course, 4 major points. That is the Garib, the Shetkari, the Yuva and the Mahila. Of course, along with the senior citizens, okay? So there are various aspects, various faces for a Sankalp Patra that was released today. And that was with the intentions of Viksit Maharashtra and a Viksit Bharat. That was the agenda of this. With the future vision, we started off with the Ladki Bahin Yojna, which earlier, as of now, all the major you see, recipients of the Mahilas have been for 1,500 rupees a month, which we plan to extend that to 2,100 after we come back to power. Of course, we plan to there's free electricity being already granted. So we plan to also have a farmer loan waiver, life-saving drugs, 25% employment. We want to, 25 lakhs employment we need to be created, and 15 lakhs, and 10 lakh students jobs and economics startups get a 15 lakh interest-free loan. So there are a lot of shades, for the welfare, with an idea and imagination of Maharashtra, which is currently a $500 billion economy, to take this further to a $1 trillion economy in years to come. The various packages, the schemes, I'm sure it's all out. If you want to illustrate me more, of course, there is vision. It's done with the aim and intention of vision of Maharashtra 2029, with idea of make in Maharashtra per se theme, and of course we have the Fintel and the AI, to also create more jobs, farmers to get better prices for their crops, and of course we have this scheme of having at least 50 lakh Lakhpati Didis in the forthcoming years when we, of course, get to power. We have to the maintenance of the forts, which are the pride of Maharashtra, which have been miserably neglected for years and years. Where we got to look and reinstate them because they're the pride of Maharashtra. The senior citizens policy has to be revisited. So there are a couple of areas which the Bharatiya Janata Party in its manifestation has curated and exhibited. It's not just a documentation, it's certainly a pure manifestation of the future vision of Maharashtra. That's all I can say.
Okay, all right. Fair point. You just want to talk about your manifesto at this moment. I'll ask the same question to Mathew Antony there. Mathew, a lot of promises being made by the Congress. Time and again, your party has faced the allegation that you promise a lot, you overpromise, but after the elections, you underdeliver. You fail to meet all of these promises. And still, yet again, you promise a lot of things ahead of the Maharashtra Assembly election. So a quick word on your manifesto and also all that the BJP is promising.
Ashish, isn't this a bit partial from your side to make that statement that Congress has made promises and we have not fulfilled it? Because yesterday you would have seen the press conference from the
No,
Congress
I'm not saying it. It's not a statement, Matthew.
The three chief
Let me
ministers.
clarify. It's not a statement. Yeah. It's an allegation that the Congress faced in time. Let me clarify one second, Matthew. You're attributing it as a statement. I'll clarify. I did not want to make it confrontational, but let me clarify. The allegations are coming in right now because I know you might remember what's happened in the past few days. Kharge, in an open platform, spoke to DK Shivkumar about the fact that he's trying to revisit a particular promise in Karnataka. And again, everyone knows about the financial situation of Himachal Pradesh, states like Karnataka as well. So let's not get into all of that. I'm just saying that the allegation that the Congress faces time and again is that you promise a lot, but you fail to deliver.
So when you're making an allegation or you're making a statement on the allegation, I have to come back to you and say that, no, what is that allegation is all about? So in that allegation, we have our three chief ministers coming back and saying that we are fulfilling our guarantees which you have promised. With respect to Mallikarjun Kharge, our Congress president's statement in Karnataka, we said that isn't that a responsibility of a national political party's president to make such responsible statements? When you see that, when you're making a promise in another state, don't you give some credits to it rather than kind of, crucifying him for that statement? Because now let me come into the statement of the state of Maharashtra. The BJP spokesperson, Asif, a good friend, we live in the same place in Bandra, made some statements about the BJP manifesto. Let me ask you one thing, that in the last 7.5 years, where was this BJP government which has incurred 7.5 lakhs crores of debt for the state of Maharashtra? And now you have given a Ladki Bahin Yojna where you have increased the stamp paper duty from 100 rupees to 500 rupees, hitting the underbelt of the stomach of the local people who are buying the stamp papers for 100 rupees. The industrial GDP production of Maharashtra has come down from 15.5% to 13.3%. The unemployment record is very high. The poverty percentage is more than 13%, where 2.3 crores of the population is completely under poverty. Malnutrition is very high. 8,000 farmers committed suicide. 566 farmers committed suicide in the last 6 months' time. Ashish, aren't these questions relevant to the state of Maharashtra when BJP has failed, completely failed? They have taken and they have given a special status to the onion exporters of Gujarat, whereas, the onion exporters, the soya bean people, and the farmers have been left high and dry in the state of Maharashtra. There is no MSP promise in the last 7.5 years. And now why are they coming and promising us MSP promise at this point of time? Isn't this a public cheating? That's exactly what I'm asking you. If you're making an allegation of the Congress by others into a public statement from your side, I'm asking you a question. I'm giving you specific points. Why aren't you asking them? And these are facts and figures which are there. I'm not the one which is saying. And Narendra Modi and Amit Shah has completely taken the manufacturing of hate in this country. Every statement of them originates from the foundation of hate, divide, and persecute the people. Don't you have a question on that? And then the BJP has given a wakaf, and as not the wakaf, the madrasa people, a hike in their salaries. And now they are calling against the wakaf. And they are calling against the reservation for the Muslims. Don't you have a question on that? Or you only have the Congress allegation? Which you have to ask me a question. Then I'm requesting you to ask this question to the BJP. Let them have an answer on this. Then I'll come to our manifesto promises. Our manifesto promises is completely on a vision of Maharashtra for 2030. For 2030, with the constitution and the social justice, with the caste census, with respect to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's 400th birthday, which is coming out on the 2030, with Jyotiba Phule as well as Ambedkar being kept as the foundation and the origin of the thoughts.
All right, Mathew, let's also give Asif Bhavna some time to respond. A lot of things you mentioned here, a lot of points you've added here. Asif Bhavna ji, clearly Mathew Antony there pointing out that you promised a lot of things which you did in 2019 as well. And even I was looking closely at the manifesto. In 2019, you promised to connect the 11 dams to ensure water supply to Marathwada region. You promised that in 2019. It's the exact same point that has been mentioned in 2024 as well. You promised housing for all in 2020 by 2022. Now, of course, the Congress is going to ask, has that been delivered? So, Asif ji, the question, of course, coming in from the opposition is that you promised a lot of things in 2019 and you mentioned the same things in 2024. Where has been the development?
We begin with in 2019. First of all, the mandate was given to us. It was them who aligned with parties that were not even of the same mindset. Anyways, they came into power. 2.5 years they were there. Of course, there was COVID. There was a sizable amount of corruption whilst they were there in power. The Home Minister was put behind bars. There was restlessness and law and order issues to the biggest industrialist of one of the biggest industrialists of the world, Mukesh Ambani's house. So these issues are not something which matter to them. And of course, in and during their 2.5 years, forget that, before that, an era of decades and decades was when Congress was in power and it ruled. But we never saw farmers suicide. सारी खुशहाली पूरे महाराष्ट्र में पूरे देश में थी. ये तो हमारे इस कार्यकाल में पिछले 5 साल के और अभी गए 2.5 साल में ही हुआ है. नहीं तो इतनी खुशहाली थी और ये सारी बर्बादी का कारण तो हम ही है. तो ये दोहरी जो नीति है ना, this is not right. Let me put this across to you. And as far as the implementation of policies is concerned, we came up with a policy and we delivered a Ladki Bahin Yojna, to which, of course, we were criticized that how will you get it? The exchequer will be in such a big loss. The state is not in a position to pay, to the extent that you went to the courts against this. Forget us. Don't have sympathies or your good wishes or goodwill to the Mahayuti. I understand that. Fine, you're in opposition, you're doing a job. Go ahead, do it well. But at least sympathize the Ladki Bahinas against whom you guys went to court and tried to
But Asif ji, this is the allegation coming in from the Congress, the fact that you promise the same sort of freebies that the opposition promises, but when you do it, you call it a welfare scheme. But when the Congress does it, you call it a freebie.
No, I am not. Their own president has called that. Why are you asking me? Mr. Kharge illustrated that in Karnataka. And again, now let me come back to the same Maratha issue. Maratha issue was so badly handled that it could not get through in the court of law. And again, when we came back to power, we ensured that a strategic reservation policy came. अभी आप कमिटमेंट्स तो आप ओवर कमिटेड करते हो और आपने देखा है आपके जो राज्य है तीनों में कर्नाटका लीजिए तेलंगाना लीजिए और जो तीसरा राज्य उसमें क्या परिस्थिति है वहां पर आपने कमिटमेंट किया लेकिन आप अभी भी कमिटमेंट कर रहे हो आपकी मैं दाद दे रहा हूं कि आपने 1500 रुपए महीना की हमारी योजना को खारिज किया उससे एक्सचेकर को नुकसान होगा ये बात आपने की लेकिन आपने 3000 रुपए महीना लाडकी बहन योजना को पारित किया उससे महाराष्ट्र के एक्सचेकर को नुकसान नहीं होगा उससे हमें फायदा होगा सो हियर इज योर डबल फैसेटेडनेस which of course the people of Maharashtra have been able to understand by far and let me tell you in a span of 2.5 years महाराष्ट्र की जनता जो के लिए जो योजना ऐसा कोई वर्ग नहीं है जिससे पीछे छोड़ा भारतीय जनता पार्टी में ने और उनके सहयोगी दलों ने उनका सरकार करने के लिए हर वर्ग को उन्होंने देने की और उनको उनके साथ न्याय दिलाने की कोशिश की अब ये तो देखिए मैं तो मेरी पार्टी की बात करूंगा और कहूंगा तो यकीनन आपको बुरा भी लगेगा लेकिन मैं आपको बोल रहा हूं दिन दूर नहीं कुछ घंटे बचे हैं 20 तारीख को चुनाव है 23 तारीख को आप देखोगे कि फिर से जो है महायुति की सरकार पूरी ताकत से आएगी और इसलिए नहीं क्योंकि मैं कह रहा हूं अपने काम के बल पर आएगी और आप देखोगे आने वाले दिनों में हमारी सरकार बनेगी और जो योजनाएं हैं हमारी योजनाओं के चलते तो आप तो आज कमिट कर रहे हो लाडकी बहनों के तो खातों में पैसे चले गए गरीब किसानों के घर में तो जो योजनाएं वो हमने इनटू प्रैक्टिस लिया है मुंबई महाराष्ट्र के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में जो जितना काम कमिटेड था उससे ज्यादा किया मेट्रो पे हमने जो कमिटमेंट किया था जिसको आपने रोका था आपके 2.5 साल के कार्यकाल में आज वो फेज 1 दौड़ रहा है आज आप जाइए हमारे बांद्रा में हम रहते हैं आप भी रहते हो मैं भी रहता हूं यहां से साउथ बॉम्बे जाइए आप कितने एफिशिएंटली और कितने स्मूथली आप पहुंचते हो बिना किसी रुकावट के तो ये सारा विकास का काम महाराष्ट्र की जनता और मुंबई शहर जो है देखता है और इसी बल पर इसलिए नहीं कि कोई बिना काम के कोई वोट देने वाला ये अपने काम के और डिलीवरेबल्स के आधार पर जो मैं
point
कहता हूं
आसिफ जी point taken I'll also ask Mathew to respond here Mathew clear allegation coming in from the BJP here that first you tried to steal the mandate second you tried to repackage what the BJP has already been doing and third you're actually trying to peddle a propaganda or a narrative that doesn't even exist because the people continue to vote for the BJP. This is what the BJP says. How do you respond?
Ashish, I like your way of vocabulary. You know, when it comes to Congress, it is packed in a very nice manner of allegation and everything like that. When it goes to BJP, it is like as if you answer. But you know, now Asif has spoken a lot, but nothing specific. I'm giving you specific answers on a few things. Now, he spoke about, a corrupt Congress party. Now, let me ask you that 70,000 crores in irrigation scam. Who is Ashok Chavan? Adarsh real estate scam. Who is Praful Patel? Arrested for underworld links. Who is Chagan Bhujbal? And now Nawab Malik is being conspired to be with the D gang. And we have a ruling party alliance member, Baba Siddiqui, being shot dead in broad daylight, having a alleged gang lord who's in a Gujarat jail, which is of a BJP government. Coming back to the other allegations, 835 crores was given to sugar factories of BJP leaders and NCP leaders. What is the answer? As if I'm asking you specifically. I'm not giving you a good amount of English words. I'm just asking you specifically with the numbers. 800 crores was from the BMC for beautification of Mumbai. You didn't have BMC elections for 2.5 years. And you're speaking about Muslim madrasa teachers getting an escalation. How many Muslim candidates you have? You're speaking about dividing the state. You're speaking about reservations. What have you done? What have you done in your capacity in the last 7.5 years in your rule? And the gift city was given to Gujarat. Why did the India's financial capital didn't get a financial special economic zone? The diamond bourse was tried to be taken out of Mumbai and it was shifted to Gujarat, but the people came back. And I am giving you specific questions in the whole lot of time consumed by you. You never came back. But look at our manifesto. We are specifically promising the people that 3,000 rupees for the women, 4,000 rupees for unemployed youth, 1 lakh rupees for the women who are completing a certain criteria, and then industrial policies, AI policies, and we have delivered before. Understand, the IT revolution, the BFSI revolution, everything has come during the Congress time. Even in the Worli ceiling, it has come through the Congress time. So where is it, Asif, that the BJP Mahayuti government has delivered? You have only looted the state. You can see your leaders' cars going, all of them 4 crores each. Where is the money coming from? I am asking you specifically. I am not beating around the bush. Neither I am giving you vague questions, vague statements. Ashish, this is to you also. I am giving you specifics. How did an Ajit Pawar, who had a 70,000 crores of allegation, came
I'll
into
ask
the BJP?
Asif ji to respond to this. Asif ji, specific questions asked here by Mathew. He wants specific answers from you, point by point rebuttal. Please go ahead. Couple of minutes left.
I didn't know that Mathew has become an anchor, representative and spokesperson of the Congress party. I thought I'm supposed to answer questions put across to me by the anchor. But my friend Mathew has forgotten that this debate is strictly confined it's strictly confined to today's manifest that's been released by both the parties. अरे बोलने के लिए आप करप्शन की बातें करोगे, आप हमारे 7 साल का करप्शन निकालोगे, हम पिछले 60 साल का निकालेंगे, फिर जो 2.5 साल जो आपने घुसकर बीच में जो करप्शन किया हम वो निकालेंगे. अरे गिनतियां कभी खत्म नहीं होती इसमें. हमने अब कोविड जैसी आपदा में भी आपने 2.5 साल के कार्यकर्ता में खिचड़ी घोटाला को भी नहीं बख्शा आपने. तो अभी मैं गिनाने के मूड में इसलिए नहीं हूं क्योंकि ये विषय और आज का डिबेट जो है मुतमईन है कुछ चंद विषयों पर जो आपकी पार्टी ने हाईलाइट किया है उसका भी अभिनंदन है. हमने जो बातें रखी हम उसका जो लेखा जोखा जनता को दे रहे इस डिबेट के माध्यम से. अब आप हटकर आपका नैरेटिव बदलकर जो जा रहे हो करप्शन के केसेस पे, तो भाई ठीक है, कांग्रेस और आपकी महाविकास अघाड़ी बहुत संत पार्टी है. आपने कोई लेकिन अगर मुझे थोड़ा सा पहले बताया गया होता कि भाई ये भी विषय है, करप्शन का भी विषय है, अपार्ट फ्रॉम द बजट apart from the manifestation that's been released, I would have come out with मैं आपसे ज्यादा आंकड़ेवाड़ी लेके बैठता था इस डिबेट पे. लेकिन मुझे पता है कि मैं केवल और केवल विषय और मुद्दों पर बात करूंगा. और आज का विषय यह है कि हम दोनों का अलायंसेस ने अपना मैनिफेस्टो जाहिर और पारित किया है. अब ये हम तो अपने मैनिफेस्टो की तारीफ करेंगे, आप भी करिए अपने मैनिफेस्टो की तारीफ. मैंने तो शुरुआत में ही कहा जब एंकर साहब ने मुझसे प्रश्न पूछा कि भाई आप क्या कहने जाओगे, ये तो एंकर साहब ने अपने बात में कहा कि खारगे जी ने ही विरोध किया था सबसे पहले. मैंने तो शुरुआत में भी आपके मुखालिफत में कोई बात रखी नहीं क्योंकि मैं
आसिफ जी, we're running short on time.
समझता हूं.
We're running short of time, Asif ji, but I totally understand what you're trying to say. And I think the point that Mathew was also trying to put across is the fact that how does the public believe the BJP when you make promises and you haven't delivered in the past few years? And of course, he was talking about corruption and law and order as well. But of course, we can continue to have this debate. But of course, we were talking about the promises, the election promises that have been made. And of course, what the two sides have to say about the manifesto of the other side. And of course, what's the key highlight as well of their own manifesto.